This video is going to be going over how to put a equation on a graph. So first we're going to go over the different parts of this equation. This is an equation written in slope-intercept form. So we have y equals mx plus b. So we have the m. The m is just going to be your slope. Now I have a video going over slope, and it is just whenever you're looking at a line, it is how much it goes up and how much it goes over. I accidentally moved that. So we'll go over that a little more whenever we're actually writing it down. But next, the other major part that we have is your B, which is also your y-intercept. So your y-intercept is where it connects on the y-axis, which is this vertical axis here. And then your x-axis is your horizontal one. The y in front of it, we don't have to do anything with it because we're just making the line. If it was saying, whenever the x is 3, what will the y be? That's when the y would be useful. In the x, also, we aren't doing anything with it, unless we're saying, whenever the y was 4, what would the x be? Because then we could solve the equation. But we're just making a line with two variables, which we cannot solve right now. So I'll have two examples here. The first one is going to be y equals 2x plus 2. So again, we have our 2 here. That is our y-intercept, and the other 2 is our slope. So we're going to start with our y-intercept, which is plus 2. So we're going to go over here and find the 2 on the y-axis. So here's a 2. Right here, we're going to make a dot here. And then the slope is saying 2, which means you go up 2 and you go over 1. So we're going to go up 2 and we're going to go to the right 1. Then we're going to go up 2 and go to the right 1. And we can just keep doing that. I'd say 3 to 5 points is good, and then you can just make a little arrow saying, hey, it's going to keep going this way. And it will also, you can go down if you want, and like, yeah, it's going to go this way too. So that is the first one here. The next example that we have is right here. Y equals negative x minus 2. So the sign here is important. We're going to go ahead and say that this negative 2 is our y-intercept, and there's a negative, there's a 1 here. So we, we don't see the 1, but there is a 1 right here. We don't ever write it out there. So there is a 1 there, which means that our slope is going to be a negative 1. But let's focus on the y-intercept first. So negative 2. What we're going to do is we're going to go down here, find negative 2, and make a point on negative 2. Then we go back up here, negative x. So that means that we have a negative 1 slope. So we have to go down 1 over 1. So right here, and then we're going to go down 1 over 1 again, right here. And we could just make one more thing here. Down 1 over 1 right here. We're going to make a line connecting all of them. Oh, I accidentally moved it instead of making a line. So we've made a line with all of them. You can go up a little more if you want. And then we can make our arrowheads. That's not a very good arrowhead. So we can make our arrowheads here. And that is our line. So the things that you need to focus on when we're doing this is make sure you do your slope intercept first. Then make sure that you also, with a slope intercept, make sure that if it's a negative, you go on the negative part. If it's a positive, you go on the positive part. Then, from that point, you use your slope to find your next points by going. So if we have a -1, you go down 1 over 1. If it was a +1, you would still start here, but go up 1 over 1, and you'd have a different line.